Hi, and welcome to the workshop. Today we're going to be building this fun ornamental birdhouse using the Rockler Deluxe Spline Jig. Our project has spline reinforced mitered joinery, a fun facade, and a bold colored choice. And if you'd like to make this project, there's a plan available for download at rockler.com. Let's get building. Let's get started by preparing our stock for the birdhouse by cutting the parts to size according to the dimensions supplied in the plan. You may have noticed that there are a few parts that need to be cut from a pattern, and in the plan we have supplied those patterns for you. There is also an SVG file available for download as well. For my next step, I'm off to the router table. I'm going to add a rabbet on all four edges of the bottom. I used a 3/4 inch straight bit to cut this rabbet in several passes of increasing depth. If you've ever cut small, thin pieces at the table saw, you know it can be a bit intimidating. And for that reason, I decided to cut the joinery for our project here at the router table. I feel more in control, safer, and I get a better result. Let me show you how I do it. Install a 90-degree V-bit into the router table and lower it below the surface. Securely clamp an MDF facing to the fence and position it so that the tip of the V-bit is in line with the front face of the MDF. With the V-bit below the surface of the table, turn on the router and slowly raise the bit into the MDF 5/16 of an inch. Now that we have a router table set up, let's cut those miters. On the left, right, and roof panels, the front and back have stop miters. Here at the workbench, we took a sharp chisel and squared up the miters on the front and back pieces. All right, we've gotten this far. Now it's time for a bit of assembly. Dry fit the miter joints of the birdhouse front, back, and sides to check for alignment and square. Use a strip of masking tape over each joint to hold things in place. Then, open one joint, lay the assembly flat, and apply a thin bead of glue to each joint. Close up and tape the assembly again. Install 2 band clamps, making sure that the 4 miter joints are tightly closed and the assembly remains square. Adjust the clamps if needed to correct for square. And now for the roof. On small fussy glue-ups like this roof, I like to use a combination of CA glue and wood glue. Wood glue to provide the strength and the CA glue to act as my clamp. Apply 2 small drops of CA glue to the outer edges of each roof panel and a thin bead of Type-On 3 in between. Hold in place while the CA glue cures. Now that our glue has had time to cure, we can remove the masking tape, sand our project smooth, and we're going to move on to finishing. I'm applying a milk paint finish to the project. Mix and apply according to the directions on the container. Only mix the amount of finish you plan to use. I used about a half cup of the powder. The next step on our project here is to add splines to our project. And to do that, we'll be using the Rockler Deluxe Spline Jig. Following the instructions included with the jig, I've set up at the router table here and I'll be milling my 1/4 inch spline slots. Place the project onto the jig and secure with a clamp. Slowly and steadily advance the jig through the cutter until contacting the safety miter stop, milling the spline slot. Repeat the process for the remaining corners. I've reset the jig for use at the table saw here, and I'll be milling my 1/8" spline slots. The 1/8" spline slots are cut using a ripping blade with flat top teeth. Place the project onto the jig and secure with a clamp. Slowly and steadily advance the jig through the cutter until contacting the safety miter stop, milling the spline slot. Repeat the process for the remaining corners. I've made my spline stock oversized here, and I'll come back and trim that later once the glue has dried. Before I glue in my splines, I like to test fit them first to make sure that they fit. That looks great. Make sure to clean up any glue squeeze out before it has a chance to dry. The splines on this project have been left proud to create an additional visual interest, and it's an easy technique to achieve using a piece of scrap 1/4" plywood and a flush trim saw. Let me show you how I do it. Use a scrap piece of 1/4" plywood as a spacer against the birdhouse. Lay the blade of the saw flat on the spacer and trim off the excess spline material. And now I'm going to touch up the splines with a little sandpaper. Our project is looking great, and we just have a few more steps to complete. The next one is we're going to be creating these trims that go right along the roof edge here. They're made from 1/4" maple and this shop-made jig. The jig is constructed by routing 2 lengthwise grooves into a piece of maple. Use a 90-degree V-bit to make these grooves and add a block of 3/4" thick material at the end of the jig as a stop. Place the 1/4" stock into the jig's larger groove and remove most of the material using a block plate. Use the smaller groove to bring trims to final size for each location, and cut the trims to length. Let's attach the roof assembly to the birdhouse with glue along the bottom edge of the roof assembly. Drive a number 4 screw into the ridge beam on the back side of the birdhouse. Attach the bottom with 3 number 4 screws on the left, right, and back sides. Each screw should be placed in the middle of the side and 3/16 inch up from the bottom. Add the accent and arch trim to the front and roof trims to the roof with CA glue. Thanks for building with me today. I had a lot of fun building the ornamental birdhouse here and using the Rockler Deluxe Spline Jig, which allowed us to add some interesting variety and strength to this project. And if you would like to learn more about the Deluxe Spline Jig, visit us in store or at rockler.com. And if you would like to build this birdhouse, there's a plan available for download at rockler.com. I'm Nick from Rockler. Thank you for watching.